introductory paragraph, and it told us about main idea and supporting details. So usually the main idea is general, and the supporting ideas are more specific. So if you are taking writing class, you probably also studied this topic, or in the future, if you will take writing class, you know that you will need a main idea and then you will need some supporting details. So we will look at some examples of supporting details. So let's look at the paragraph. Let's see, Stella, can you read number 1 and number 2, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
At recent certain points in history, being overweight was a sign of good health. Now, research shows that too much food is not a good idea.
Very interesting. Did you know that in the past, in history, being overweight, which means like sometimes we say fat, it's not very nice, but overweight was a sign of good health. So when many people were poor, only the rich people could be heavy, could be overweight. So it showed that they were rich and they had enough money for food. So some people thought that was good, but now research shows that too much food is not a good idea. So sentence 2 contains the main idea of the paragraph. Too much food is not a good idea. So this is the main idea. Too much food is not a good idea. Can you read number 3, Christina? Is she there? Okay, read it, Stella, and I'll call on her for the next one.
Wait. Hello? Can you
Oh,
Yes,
are you there?
yes.
Oh, okay, now we hear you. Okay, read number 3, please. Can you read number 3, for example? Thank you.
Okay. Example, a study of people over 100 years old shows that they eat very little.
Very good. And here, keep going, gets good.
Okay. Research also shows that people who eat too much often have health problems. They not live as long as other people. Eating less helps people live long and healthy lives.
Very good. Live long and healthy lives. Excellent. Great job. So what's this mean? It means there are 3 supporting details. The first one, people over 100 years old eat very little. The second one, people who eat too much have health problems. And the third one, people who eat too much do not live as long as other people. Then in the end of the paragraph, they restate the main idea. So restate, this word here, means to say again in a different way. To say again in a different way. That's what restate means. So in this, here you see this word, for example, in sentence 3, for example. And like my phone in this picture, for example. So every time we see words like this, we know that these are supporting details. So here are some examples of supporting details. For example, for instance, first, next, finally, one reason, one example, one explanation, research shows, or a study shows. So this is the advice that they give to us about finding the main idea, supporting details. It says, first, identify the main idea. Use the strategies you learned in Skills and Strategies 4 on page 52. Look for examples, facts, and reasons that support the main idea. Notice specific words or phrases that signal these supporting details, and number or underline supporting details as you read. So we will practice some of these right now. We are going to read 2 sentences, And we have to know which one is the main idea and which one is a supporting detail. So as a reminder, the main idea is general. The main idea, M, is general. And the supporting idea is,
Details.
yes?
So,
Can you,
number one.
yeah, can you
Number
read
one.
both? You want to read them both? Read A and B and then tell us which one you think and why. Okay, Christina?
Okay. First one is A. Research shows that people start to grow rice over 5,000 years ago. B. Rice is one of the oldest crops in the world. I put main idea B and supporting idea A.
Yes, and why? How did you know?
How do I know? Pues because I was thinking. I don't know.
That's right. So when we see supporting detail, when we see research shows, and we see very specific information like 5,000 years ago, that will be the supporting idea. Okay. Number two, can you read it, Stella?
Okay, some people use it in soups. Some people use it for cooking. The almond has many use all over the world.
Ah, you know what almond is, you guys? Almond?
Yeah,
Almond,
not
yes,
yes, almond, I know.
I know, yes.
Okay. So which one, Stella, which one do you think is the main idea, A or B?
I think main idea is A and supporting it's B.
Okay, I think it's the other way around for this one. I think this one, B,
Mm,
is
I
the
put
main
B,
idea. Uh-huh.
B, I put B, main idea, and
Mhm.
A, supporting idea.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing in this one. I think this is general. The almond has many uses. So this means this is very general. It says there are many different ways we can use it. But in the sentence A, it shows two different ways. Some people use it for soap. Some people use it for cooking. So these ones are more specific. They are two specific or exact ways, where many uses is general. Okay, all right, let's try 3, Christina.
Okay, A, it was the first place where people sat at tables and ordered from a menu. B, the first restaurant started in 1765 in Paris. I put main idea B and supporting idea S.
Yes, why?
Because I think this is the first restaurant starting 1765. Is talking about the first restaurant in Paris, you know. And the other one say people sat in tables and order. This is not main idea. It's like
I
details.
agree. This cannot be a main idea.
yes.
Letter A cannot be a main idea. It should be a supporting idea because it has sort of like 2 points and it's telling us more details. Okay, number 4, Stella.
Okay, people all over the world celebrate the New Year by eating special types of food. For example, in Spain and Portugal, people eat 12 grapes at midnight for good luck in each month of the new year. Main idea is A, and B it's
Supporting idea.
idea.
Exactly right, Stella. Very good. So the main idea is the first one and the supporting is the second one. So we know it's the supporting idea because it says, for example, and it tells 2 specific countries. Very good. Okay, Christina?
Number 5, A. It is a good idea to eat fish at least twice a week. B. Research shows that the type of fat in fish is good for your heart. For your heart. So I don't know, I think I wrong, but I put supporting idea A and my idea B.
And I think it is the other way around because of this word research
Yes,
show.
and I
So
now,
yeah.
now I know because when I was reading, I understand the first one is main idea and the research high fat and good for your heart. So now I understand this is a supporting idea, and the
And I
other
think
one is main
sometimes
idea.
it's confusing when we have the word it. Like sometimes when we see the word it, like in number 5A, we think there should be another sentence before the sentence with it to explain what it should be. But in this case, we don't need another sentence with it because it is a good idea that it doesn't actually refer to anything. It's just a very general it. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, number 6, Stella.
Some restaurants in the past were family style. B. Guests help themselves to food that the host put on a table. Um, I think maybe it's A and
Yes.
B. It's supporting.
Idea.
Yes, you are right. And it sounds like that Christina agrees with you that we
Yes.
start with A as a main idea and then B as a specific detail. Okay, so
Yeah.
this was the main and this was the specific. Okay, we will do one more together on the next page and then I think we will start learning some vocabulary. So let's have Stella to read this paragraph, a visitor from 1,000 years ago.
A visitor from 1,000 years ago might not recognize many of today's fruits and vegetables. Some of the first, some of them are different color. For example, carrots were once purple instead of orange. Second, some fruits and vegetables taste very different today. Many apples were very sour and not very good to eat. Finally, many fruits are much bigger today. Strawberries are a good example. In the 17th century, they were about the size of a grape. Fruits and vegetables have changed a lot in the last 1,000 years.
This is so interesting. I like this reading. I did not know a lot of this information before about how much fruits and vegetables have changed. So our job is to find the supporting details in this paragraph. Here, under the supporting ideas, we want to write a few words or phrases. We don't need to write a whole sentence. We don't need to write a whole sentence. So if the main ideas is that some fruits and vegetables are different today than in the past, what do you think is one of the supporting ideas?
First.
Okay, but and first is the word that introduces it. So this word first, we call it a transition word. Okay, and it tells us, you are right, it tells us that there is an idea coming, but what is the idea that it is introducing?
Some of them are different colors.
Very good. But we don't want to, now this is the difficult part, but it's important. We don't want to copy the whole thing. So what should we say instead of some of them are different colors? Which are the 2 words that are most important from that sentence?
For example, carrots.
Nope, just something from this sentence. There are 2.
Vegetables?
Yeah, okay, so from this sentence, The most important words that we want to write are different colors. So some fruits and vegetables today are very different today than in the past. Our first supporting detail is that they have different colors. They have different colors. Okay. What is our next supporting detail? Should we write for the next one? Should we write about carrots? Or should we write about some fruits and vegetables taste very different? Do you understand the question?
No.
Okay, so the question is, what do we want to type here? What is the next supporting detail? Is it that carrots were once purple instead of orange? Or is it second, some fruits and vegetables taste very different today?
I think it's, for example, carrots were once purple instead of orange, because in the first one, details, they are talking about the different colors. And then, for example, that he said, what is the changes the colors? Is this, I don't know.
What do you think, Stella?
I think it's a taste. Fruits and vegetables taste is very different.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, why? It's hard to say why.
Yes.
Because they are different colors.
Yes, so different colors is the first point. The second point is that they have different tastes. So they have different tastes. Okay, so there are 3 points. The first one, they have different colors. They do give the carrots as an example. Okay, so here the example is carrots. Here in about taste, the example is apples. Okay, but the main difference is not, these are not the differences, these are the differences. Different colors, different tastes. And then what would be the last supporting detail? What would be the last supporting detail?
Fruit and vegetables have changes are, oh, no.
Fruits are
many fruits are much bigger today.
Exactly, finally. Many fruits are bigger today. That is exactly right. That shows they are different sizes. So we could also say they are different colors, they are different tastes, and they are different sizes. What size is the what is the example that they gave about different sizes?
What size? Bigger?
Which is the fruit or vegetable that they used as an example of different sizes?
Strawberries.
Strawberries, that's right. So those are the very specific differences, okay? So you can see how this, so we have sort of almost like 3 levels of information here, okay? We have the main idea, then we have some supporting details, and then we have some very, very, very specific examples. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then in the last line, fruits and vegetables have changed a lot in the last 1,000 years. This is the conclusion. And it just restates or repeats the main idea. So this last sentence, fruits and vegetables have changed a lot in the 1,000 years. It is not a supporting detail. It is the conclusion. It just repeats it again. It does not have any new information. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is like how you will use in writing class also, and it helps us understand. So you have homework, and this homework is on Blackboard. I'm going to show you where it is, okay? To finish number 2 and number 3 on page 85.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you need to enter your answers on Blackboard. I'm going to show you where it is on Blackboard. It is in week 5. Let me just get that loaded up. Okay, so
Miss
here's the
Kathleen,
week.
so
Yes.
we need to do this homework number 2 and 3 in Blackboard.
Yes, I'm going to show you where. So this is the week 5 folder. Okay, week 5, learning modules, week 5. So in number 1, I need you to do reading unit 3, reading 2 as soon as possible, which is fast food. Okay, you are also going, okay, and you are also going to do unit 3, reading 3, but you don't have to put your answers on Blackboard. You can just check them. Okay, for unit 3, reading 3. But for this
This
one,
is for tomorrow? This is for
no, this is
tomorrow?
for Sunday.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you,
Yes.
but if you can finish more tomorrow, you know, finish when you want to. Finding supporting details is here. I gotta put a due date on here. Okay, so this one will be, you need to write your answer to page 85, number 2 here. So you will write supporting detail and write the first one, and then the second one, and then
Okay.
so you have page 85, number 2, page 85, number 3. Why don't I have that? Okay, I have to modify that. And then you will also have page 91. That is
91.
after you finish reading 3. After you finish reading 3, you will have page 91. Okay. So, but first you have to complete reading 3 to be able to do it.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
After you finish that, you will put your answers on Blackboard also.
Okay.
Okay.
This
When
is,
we finish
we
reading
need,
3.
After
Reading
reading
3.
3. That's
Okay.
right. Okay.
Miss Kathleen, so we reading that one today and answer this after that class, this class?
No, you can fit, you have until the weekend to finish.
Oh, okay.
If
Okay.
you need, yeah, you don't have to finish it. It's just homework for this week. I will
Okay.
put the due date for Sunday. Okay, it will be due on Sunday. So you still have time. I just want to explain it today. Okay?
Okay.
Great. And then also for homework, we're going to keep reading Seed Folks. And we are going to have a vocabulary quiz. So for now, I'm going to switch and start talking about Unit 3 vocabulary. So I'm going to, for our last 15 minutes, I'm going to talk about vocabulary because I have been going too fast, I think, on vocabulary. And this starts on page 92. I don't like this